Dean, what's your overall feel after that?
Yeah, a lot of things going on, and I'm not going to dig too deep into the game right now. You know, we put great start, put ourselves in a winning position with 5 minutes to go, and yeah, felt like they came up with the 50-50 balls at that point, and that resulted in a couple of big baskets for them. Yeah, we didn't execute well enough down the stretch.
How do you summarise the season as a whole?
Yeah, hard to do. I don't, you know, reflecting on it, you know, that was, you look at the start of the season, you know, with Joe out and different things and Rob Lowe coming in, I thought that was massive the way we started the year, guys coming off international commitments, really kicked off the season great, and injuries through the middle of it, and I thought CG was just absolutely amazing through that middle part of the season, and then we continued just to see the growth of different people, and you know, LT was, even though Jack McVeigh won MVP, I thought LT had an amazing series and really stepped up as well, and then you see Ariel come in and have 15 boards today, and so, you know, some of those guys, you know, Shea, we saw a bit more scoring in the playoff series as well, so yeah, there's some super positive things to come out of it. You know, obviously CG playing injured over these last two games, it was, you know, amazing what he did. And I won't talk about his injury too much, but he obviously wasn't 100%, and the commitment that he showed to get around those two games, and especially the one down there, was absolutely amazing.
How tired were your players going into the fifth game? I mean, it's a grueling series. I mean, how were their bodies feeling going into that game?
Yeah, we saw moments in the last 5 minutes where, you know, we were a step off and kept moving our centres a little bit to just make sure that, you know, we still had that kind of rim protection in there, but we let a couple get in late. Doyle getting downhill on a couple of them, and obviously the O-board fab triple was a massive kind of shot for them as well. When you think, you know, Crawford obviously had an amazing game. You know, I thought we'd done a solid job with him for the series, but tonight he was exceptional and shot the ball extremely well. And you know, Fab's the only other guy that makes the three tonight. We guarded the three pretty well, but it was still just some O-boards that we missed.
Are you still extremely proud of what the guys have done this season and the entire organisation as a whole?
Oh yeah, we are. You know, it's the goal of this club is to continue to put ourselves in winning positions to challenge for a championship. And obviously we challenged for a championship, and we all just want one or two possessions to back. But again, what an amazing series we were part of, and I'm sure I'll reflect on that a little bit more down the track when you get over actually losing, you know, the tight game that we were in.
Firstly, commiserations to you guys from that series. It was a really great series. One of the main stories from this season for you guys has been the ability, like, had all your injuries to start off with, but your depth has been able to, you know, to shine a light for, in those situations. How do you see that then going forward into next season, and, you know, being able to then build on that from there?
Yeah, you know, we'll see what squad we put together next year, and we have a number of, you know, guys signed, but we also have a number of guys that have the ability to go to a higher level, and you know, we'll see where that plays out, and how we can restock of those guys. But you know, the guys that we know are coming back to, you know, say the Flynn Camerons and the Cole Bowens and these kind of guys that were in their first year with the club. You know, I think that's massive for rookies to just go through a final series and actually, you know, miss out the hunger that those guys should have to say, I want to be a part of that rotation in the grand final series. You know, a heavy rotation next year is a great, you know, mountain for those guys to be able to climb in the off season and get to that level. So talk about those guys, you know, and then we'll sort out the rest of the roster from there.
I know you don't want to delve too deep into the game, you know, after you know how it all occurred, but when you're up by 9 with 8 minutes to go, what do you feel as though changed at that point of the game?
Yeah, no, we probably went a little quick sometimes. You know, one of the things we really thought in the first quarter was obviously our best quarter of offense, and I thought it just moved and everybody was in actions, and then there was a second action, and Joe made a couple of passes to LT, and I just thought in the fourth quarter we kind of went at something, and we were kind of really trying to make it happen, and if it didn't happen, it kind of got stuck a little bit. So I think we've had those moments throughout the year where we've just got to continue to trust the ball movement, and we'll get a better shot later in the shot clock as well.
And I suppose, Dally almost shot it up at the end. It was almost like a miracle shot like McVeigh. Did you have any thinking that it might go in?
No, always thinking it's going in, but proud of the guys to go ahead and get another steal in a massive moment. I thought CG, Doyle was pushing through him pretty hard, and he came up with a deflection that allowed us to, get a shot at it. So, I think there was a couple other people ahead of it as well, and there's a million things that could have happened in that last possession, but we got the steal we needed.
Just on CG, how close was he to, I suppose, leaving the game? Was there any point that he might have been too injured to continue to go? He was limping, I think, in the third quarter or the second quarter.
Yeah, it was touch and go in Tasmania whether he would play or not play. But once he got out there, ran around a little bit, and he actually felt like he could get through. So credit to him, tough kid.
You touched a little bit on Jack McVeigh before. What did you make of his series and the way you guys handled it?
Yeah, credit to him. He's a high-level scorer. Did it in different ways. We honed in on the three ball in some games and really limited his touches. And to get one attempt up is a really good effort for us tonight. We left him single coverage, pretty much all the last two games, and said we needed to live with that. And even there was, I think LT might have blocked one that he blocked into the basket down the stretch there as well. But no, he had a great series, and he's always had the great confidence. Now he's backing it up with consistent performances.
You've been a part of the league for a long time now. How do you see the standard of this competition grow, especially after a grand final series like that? How have you seen this league just grow to what a Greenfield series is like?
Yeah, I think we went a different route this year. Obviously, just going with one import and having elite, local talent, and you look at that local talent, and they're all kind of bordering on fringe NBA kind of guys, and I think imports that are coming into our league, people have gone a little different with, are they getting guys that have had a number of years experience in Europe and are ready to kind of win and a little bit over themselves, or are we going to be recruiting some young guys that are still trying to make that step to the NBA? So I think there's a really good balance of experienced imports and young imports that have a chance to climb the ladder. That's on that side of it. Again, we want to continue to drag as many of the high level Australian, New Zealand talent, back here as well. So, Asian markets, European markets are all going to have their influence on those guys, and the more that we can get back here, the more this league will continue to grow.
Dan, what did you make of the back and forth with Scott throughout the series, adjustments from game to game and within games and things like that?
Yeah, we obviously didn't change our starting lineup too much, but it was a big question in our coach talks. Who would they start today? And, we kind of felt the McVeigh one might be coming today. It's like, go ahead and roll with him today. The Fab won the last game where he rolled him out, and he shot 3 threes in the first few minutes, and they didn't go. And so it was a little bit, do they go with Dang? Do they go with McVeigh today? McDonald was a little bit of a no-brainer. He'd been so good, and probably he'd done. CG had a good series, but I thought McDonald was. He's a tough cover defensively as well, and what he was doing offensively throughout the series, the threat he was from the perimeter and putting his feet in the paint. So, it was fun as a coaching staff. It really was. It was, you just get better. I felt like our coaching staff was like, we're just getting better every day. We're dealing with all these scenarios about what we do, what we trust. Do you double? Do you not double? Who do you leave? Who do you don't leave? So, yeah, really fun series. They've got a great coaching staff.
When you review the series and basically the season, is there much you can really change? It seemed like the series came down to just a shot or two in every game. Are you really comfortable and happy with the process of the season?
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, a couple of possessions here and there, and then the whole series. We're still probably when the thing that I look back at and say, with a 15-point lead down there, with a 9-point lead tonight, it's something that all year, even in fourth quarter leads up by 20 different things, we haven't been at our best, and it's